All right, so I am actually experiencing a lot of emotional pain, really, pretty much all the time. It's not only just that I've been, illegally voyeuristically videotaped. It's also just the total lack of empathy. The fact that it just kind of goes on day after day, where I'm attacked about it, it's promoted. I mean, it's just I feel like I can never. There's never going to be an end to it. It's really, really difficult for me. So and of course when you're going through all of that and you're feeling all of that, it's really difficult. I think it's difficult to feel like it's difficult to organize your thoughts. I mean, I just kind of have to deal with this. There's no stopping it. I'm sure the videos of me are online somewhere. They probably had a lot of views already. They're going to have a lot more views. It's going to be this thing that I'm going to have to deal with all my life. And it's just I can kind of only deal with it, to a certain extent, in bits and pieces. And I can't really deal with it all the time. And it's really, really getting to me. Somehow I'm going to have to learn how to live with it. There's nothing else I can do. But, anyway, I guess there was a couple things that I wanted to talk about. One thing is, the situation at school, as far as my grades are concerned, and my being in trouble, that seems to be pretty much over. I'm not in trouble anymore. I fulfilled the requirements that they had of me in terms of just kind of the resolution of the situation. I'm not going to get an F in Chinese class. And I really feel like it certainly could have been a lot worse. So now that actually seems to have resolved, although I am taking some time off. I really just need to kind of just take a break, so I'm trying to do that. And it's nice out today, so I went for a walk. But since that's resolving, I feel like maybe there's something I can talk about again, and maybe it'll be taken seriously, hopefully. Because when I was first started to talk about it, like several weeks ago, when things hadn't been resolved yet and people didn't really know what to think about what was going on, you can't necessarily know when somebody's upset about something or saying something that seems critical in a way, whether they actually have a valid point that they're making or if they're just upset about what's happening to them. And I think I'm pretty much getting all A's for the spring semester. Unfortunately got an A- in my math class, but that was just, it's just part of the consequences of dealing with a very difficult situation. I just had trouble concentrating near the end. But pretty much, all 3 A's and an A- is not bad. Really, also considering that I was homeless for like the first several weeks of the semester, and then like all the other stuff that happened, it really could have been a lot worse, I guess. So now I can actually talk about this again. It really was upsetting. It really was upsetting for me. When I realized, my writing class was the place where I could actually see other people expressing themselves, right? It's just, and the writing that I did not read a single paper that was grammatically correct or cogent, or there was a real argument that was happening. I'm not blaming the other people in my class, and I'm not calling them stupid because they're not stupid. But this is the result of a total failure of the public school system. These are people who are in college, and like a lot of them were not even in their first year of college. They can't write. They can't write a paragraph. It's just it was really shocking to me, And what it says to me is that the public school system all the way through, at least in the Boston area, is failing people. It's failing to educate them. I don't know another way to say it. It's failing to educate them. And these people in my classes, I was writing better than they could by the time I was like my first year in high school. I was writing better than they could when I was like in 6th grade. That's really true, and it's not because I'm so very, very, very smart. These schools have got to be. Everything you ever hear about city schools has got to be true, because these people they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it, and I know they're not stupid because I talked to them. I know they're not. So in addition to all the other things that really ought to be getting addressed. Because probably the Boston area is not the only place where this is happening. It's probably just all over the country. Public schools are not really educating people, and that's that's not good. You need to have an educated public to be able to make good decisions, and to have good lives.